மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to show you some practical endgame knowledge. In these situations, normally a pawn, a rook and a knight or bishop against a queen is almost always a draw, as the queen is powerful enough to give perpetual checks, but two pawns have a chance to win against the queen. And the first sample that I would like to show is the game Mart against Kapengut. The winning plan in situations like that, especially if we have this king cut, because with the king in front of the pawns it's much more difficult to win, and sometimes it's even impossible. The winning plan is to bring the king out and to leave the pawns behind, then little by little to push them one after another, and all the time these two pieces, the knight and the rook, should be defending the king from the side checks or front checks. So this is how Black did it in this situation. First of all, he is advancing the pawn on g5. Note that he doesn't want to push the pawns prematurely. They want to go together as a team. After queen b7 check, king f6, queen f3 check, the king is coming closer to the pawns. Queen c3, the pawn is moving forward on f6. Queen b4, the pieces are coming closer and closer, ready to support the pawns. Check, and now it is time for the king. Queen c8, one check was given on e2, king d1, rook is moving on e6. So the king is defended thanks to the rook from the side checks, and then it wants to go on g4, and the pawn will go after that on f5. There is nothing that white can do to stop this plan. Queen a8 was played, king f5, queen a5 check, king g4. It was very smooth. For black, the king is there, and the next move is going to be f5. Before moving the pawn on f5, he decided to stop all these ideas of checks in front, which will slow down the win. And he makes use of a small tactical trick with the move rook e1. Naturally, white cannot take it because of the fork. So that's why he will have to move the king. He moved it on g2. Now f5. The pawns have stepped on the 5th rank. What comes next is, after queen c8, rook e5, after the rook is coming on a better position, queen g8, a typical maneuver to improve the pieces. This knight is going to f3. From f3 it is once again defending the king from the side checks, but it is also protecting the pawn on g5, thus making it possible for the pawns to move further on on the next file. The knight on f3, by the way, is also defending the rook on g5. So whenever we're having this united actions, there is nothing that the queen can do. Knight h3, queen b8, knight g1. Again, the same trick. The rook is untouchable because of knight f3 check, and the fastest way to bring the knight to f3. The aim is achieved. Queen c8, and now the pawns are moving forward on the 4th rank. Queen c7, f4, queen c8, g4, and black is ready to perform the same maneuver. Queen f8, rook e3 check, king c2, knight e1 check, king is coming on d2. It's a moment black could have won in an easier way. So he brought the king on f2. But as a whole, the thing is that there wasn't much that white can do. He wasn't even close of making a draw in this game. Check, knight e3 check, king c1, g3. The pawns are now on the 3rd rank. And, well, okay, after check, this king was even chased away on the maximal distance from the pawns. Rook c4, queen d8. Okay, here he just repeated the moves because he didn't see the winning plan immediately. Then he came with the rook on e2, king c1, knight f5. The queen can no longer pin the pawn, and the pawn is reaching the 1st rank. This was the winning plan. Remember, the king in front of the pawns, then without much hurry, one by one, and keeping them together, you promote and you win.
மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்யூ.